consistent. Last time we were trying to get our equipment together. This time I'm actually going to try to run through the Purely Pigment colors, explain a tiny bit more about the gel medium, and talk a little about what we're going to do in December. So let's get started about the gel medium. Like I explained in the last video, and I don't have my gallon is so big, I'm not really going to put it on camera. But the idea is that for years we were selling our primary elements, showing people how to put them in a brush medium, media, meaning media for media and medium sort of means the same thing, a material you can suspend your color into. And the media we were using at the time was for brush painting. You know, that was basically how the product was being used. Morning, Terry. Morning, Pam. Hi. Hello, Saskia. Hi, Sandy Sanders. So for years, I feel like we've been trying to shove a round peg into a square hole, trying to make all of these coloring systems, our mica powders, our primary elements, our coloring systems, behave like these before we put them into a clear paint base. So I've pre-mixed up my own clear paint base. No, this is not Canadian honey. Hi, Latrice. Hi, Willena. This is actually 1 part heavy gel medium to 2 parts vivid enamel and or polypore. Either one will work. The thing about funny thing about the heavy and extra heavy gel medium, not regular gel medium, because it's got a different binder, is it seems to have this connective tissue in it. Even when you thin it down with water thin enough to do a Dutch pour with, it still hugs those mica powders that people are using to get the gold in their Dutch pours. Erica Hughes Pros. Hi, Isabel. How you doing? Hi from Puerto Rico. So when Erica Hughes did this test a few years ago, she took heavy gel medium, mixed it in nothing but water. Yes, she used our primary elements, but she was also using one of our Bling It gold micas. And gold micas, I mean, yeah, there's different ones. There's prettier ones and softer ones and bigger flaked ones, but they're all coated with a material called iron oxide, and they're real heavy. And when you put them in the paint base, it's too thin, they splinter, almost like dance, especially when you're spraying with water. They're hard to control, and the gel medium just seems to hug them in place. As a matter of fact, Saskia Smith, who's watching right now, she did a test with a PBO paint that was gel medium based. And thank you, Isabel. And she FaceTimed me on Messenger a few hours later. She said, "You're not going to believe it. It looks exactly like I swiped it. It didn't change. There's something about that gel medium that's like this connective tissue that will keep your project shape in place, because we're bowing to the almighty consistency goddesses. I'm going to use goddesses, take the term loosely, to get the right consistency, you know, and then does it work in the project that we're looking for? Okay, so the Purely Pigments, you've heard me talk about this before, maybe not. They are 100% pure color, just put in enough carrier to move them. That's it. Benchmark, a Liquitex tube paint. This is 30 mils, and there's approximately, thank you, Saskia. There's approximately 26 pure mils of color to like 4 mils of carrier. In a 104 ounces, a 4-ounce tube of, and I'm not just blaming liquid, I'm just saying a basic paint that you would get might have a whole mil to 4 ounces. It might have a half a mil to 4 ounces. That's how concentrated pure liquid color is. So we had the idea of making these so people could use them in resin, really was the idea. And then it hit me, wow, we're taking our beautiful paints that we're buying, our gorgeous, Amsterdam or our golden paints, and we're thinning them down. by 50, 60, 70%. And the number one thing we hear people say, well, one of the most common things I hear people say, why is the red not that red anymore? Why does it kind of look dark and matte? Well, Floetrol can do that. It's been known to matte it. But think about this. You just washed all that color out by 70%. Where do you think it went? Even Floetrol's website states only use 20% because they need to have some kind of line that they draw on the sand to say your structural integrity of your paint will behave this way if you use up to 20%, and the color will, structural integrity of your color will stay. So they're not even recommending going beyond 20%, but you know us mad liquid artists, we're gonna go crazy. Okay, I have some cups set up here. Let's have a little fun. What was the first color I was gonna do? I have this, My Papaya. I'm dying to see what this looks like. Yes, you're right, Saskia, it will thin it out. Now, a natural to color of mica to use with my papaya, a coral, might be a violet. Now, these are, I just wrote that on the top in my, or an interference red. I think I'll use both. I'll use some small particulate red and a sparkle violet, larger flake violet. We're gonna flip the camera over. Let's have a little fun. You're so funny, Saskia. Now, I'm using a half a tablespoon. Hi, Sandy. I'm using a half a tablespoon. So to give everybody a benchmark, a tablespoon is an ounce. A half a tablespoon is a half an ounce. Now, I'm not going to scrape off the top to get perfectly accurate, but I've got my clear paint base mixed up in here, right? Let's get some of this color in the cup. Get a little spoon here to scrape that out. And since we're doing it, we might as well fill a few more while we're visiting. I don't know, I'm not seeing anybody else on screen. I thought while I was putting 4 of these together, I could say hi to everybody. Those of you I missed saying hi in the last live, I'm so sorry. It's a learning curve to try to do a live and mix on camera and do all this by yourself. So, but if you see what I'm doing, I'm putting about a half of an ounce in each one of these 4 cups. So we've got them prepped up and ready to roll, and put my lid back on here because this stuff dries pretty quick, as you guys all know. So let's play with the My Papaya, the one I was talking about. Now, I'm gonna try 1 drop. Shaking this up. Well, we got 20 people in there. Where's everybody from? There is 1 single drop. 1 drop, guys. Wow. Now this is a half an ounce, right? So we could go a little more saturated. We are going to probably add some varnish to this. But that's not bad. Saskia, yes, Saskia's from the Netherlands. I know we have Isabella from Puerto Rico. Just curious about different time zones. So what do you think about that, guys? It's light, it's beautiful, 1 drop. It looks a little similar. I didn't even mean it to be that way. This is a little more orangey. This has a little more yellow in it. This has a tiny bit more pink. Wyoming, is it snowing there? Okay, so let's see what happens when we add a 2nd drop. That way you guys can get an idea what these are gonna look like. Wow, that's a really pretty color. Now I'm gonna, normally I'd be doing it the other way around. I like to put my mica and my color in the bottom in the varnish and then put this in. Sorry, I had a kitty decide she was going to sit on my pewter next to me, and we had to stop that. By the way, if you guys have never ordered these, I got these little sets of spoons off of Amazon. I love these things. It goes from a quarter teaspoon, has an eighth of a teaspoon, a 16th of a teaspoon, a 32nd of a teaspoon, and what they call a drop, a 64th of a teaspoon. So you can actually add just a little skosh of something. I use these on my lab table all the time because when I'm testing stuff, I'm testing in small little tiny batches on my lab table. So I'm going to use this eighth of teaspoon. This is the Sparkle Violet. So this is the middle size particulate flake of our interference violet. This is in the Bling It line, Bling It. And then I'm going to use an eighth of a teaspoon of the interference red. See how much finer that is? See how that looks on my glove? You can see how ultra fine it is. A dash. You're right, it does say dash. Dashing through the snow. You're right, it says dash on there, Tara. You're right. So let's see what a scoop of that's like. And just to be fair, since I put the interference on my glove, let's see what the sparkle. See the difference, guys? There's a larger particulate. And so you get that really ultra fine with a fine regular interference. And you get that beautiful extra spark, right? With the sparkle colors because they're a larger flake. Okay. Now I'm going to add a tiny bit of Jo Sonja in here because that's what I would be doing if I was going to make this for some kind of swiper bloom. And just see if, oh wow, I don't know if you're seeing what I'm seeing. I still get excited every time I see something get mixed up that sparkles. I can't help myself, guys. Well, we lost somebody already. They had to go off. Okay, so that's what 2 looks like. Well, let's go a little bit deeper. We know we can make a pink, right? Since we've already got this going, and let's put 2 more drops in there. Because if it's a papaya, that means you got all kinds of options to make this either a super pale pink, more of a coral color. Yeah, there you go. It's taken that saturation down twice. Take a look at that. So that's 4 drops. That's going to make a pretty, pretty paint. Okay, so that was my papaya. I'll put this little spoon in my water drop thing. Get my lid on. I don't want to waste this. I want to make something out of this later, right? Okay, next color. Now I played with this in the, no, I think that was actually Kathleen McGee did this. She played with the Vibrant Aqua, not me on camera. So this was the Vibrant Aqua. Thank you, Saskia. This was the Vibrant Aqua that came with the free bottle with the last Prism Per release. Oh, it still has the seal on. Nice. I thought I got all the seals off. They do have a safety seal. Now that's 1 drop. I gotta be really careful with that bottle till I get that seal off. Word is to the wise, take the seal off completely before you really start playing with this. Wow. Wow. Yeah. What do y'all think of that? 1 drop of that Vibrant Aqua. So this week we're gonna have a special. I'm gonna do I'll be putting this video up and then linking the email campaign to it. This week the code will be Color My World. Hi there. You're in love. Good, Tara. That's just 1 drop. 1 drop. 1 drop. Color My World. We'll give you 25% off and free freight for 1 week only. Go to ColorArte.com, ColorArte.com, And you can take advantage of that special. So that's one drop. I'm gonna go a little bit deeper because I can. Even though, remember, be careful of that security seal. I really should be smart and take it off right now. I'm gonna do this on camera so I don't drop a bunch of it all over, but I took that seal off. You don't wanna mess with that those safety seals. They get caught up in the paint. And then you get it all over your fingers, which I'm sure I have. All right, let's see what this second drop did. This is a, wow, that's crazy. 2 drops. Now, I want to experiment. Maybe some of you guys don't want me to experiment, but I'm thinking of grabbing the Perfect Peacock. No, that's Black Plum. Perfect Peacock is phthalo green. Now, this is risky. I'll probably have to add more paint base because this is going to be really saturated. But a tiny bit of phthalo green, actually, it would be, okay, let me do the smart thing. The smart thing is to grab the phthalo green and the Vivid Intense. If I could find it fast enough. I actually don't have it at my fingertips. What was I thinking? Here we go, I found it, lucky me. Okay, so the difference is this has, okay, about 3 mils per ounce. So this entire bottle is 12 mils of color versus 26 to this thing. So think about that. So what I want to do is add just a touch of a phthalo green in here and see if I can't turn this into a green blue. Whoops, now that was a big squirt. I should have tested this in advance. Wow, look at all that went up the side. Yeah, somebody said they like seeing the happy accidents happen for real on camera. I'm actually going to pull this out and sit it on a spare cap for now and see what adding that phthalo green that I didn't pull out does to this color. There we go. See, I wanted this to turn just a tiny bit more of a blue-green. If I put this stuff in, it would have been too powerful, right? Wow, that turned out really, really pretty. Do I dare putting all the rest of this in here? I'll set it aside. We'll find some other use for it, but because I'm kind of liking where this is going. And then if I wanted to put some little sparkle in it, I could take some of the Bling It Rain and I'll use 1/8 of a teaspoon to this mix. Seems to be working. The Rain is a mica. It has kind of an opal effect. There's a blue, a green, a red, and a violet. They never made one in a gold. And it kind of creates an antique opal effect in your colors. It's not a regular interference by any means. And the sister to it is there's the Aurora, the red. There's the Angel Wings, the blue. Oh, I do have the Luna right here. And here's the Luna, that's the violet. But because I've already put the green in there, I'm gonna go ahead and add, you know what? I'm gonna add some interference blue. I don't need to add a big bling blue. I'm gonna put some interference blue in here. I got a board here. I should be able to start painting these out on. one of these canvas boards I'll pop open, because that way I can spread it out and see what it looks like. Normally when I'm testing, I'll do it on a really heavy duty mixed media paper. This is only for your benefit to have it on that board when I do it. Okay, so I've got my interference in there. I've got a decent splash of the varnish. Wow. Holy moly. Can you see that? Wow. So it's 2 drops of the Vibrant Aqua after I scraped off all the excess, probably about 2 to 3 drops of the Vivid Intense Phthalo Green. This has the Rain and some Interference Blue. Boy, this is really pretty. I'm just hoping the camera can pick out how gorgeous this is. Kind of don't want to waste the paint, but I want you guys to be able to see if this will give us a better look at it in its full glory. Wow. So you can kind of see what it looks like under the light. Yep, 2 drops, kids. I'm really happy with the saturation that we're getting. Hold it closer to the camera like this. Is that better? We don't want to lose people here by spending too much time wandering around saying, can you see the paint? But can you see the paint? Okay, so next color, let's play with this black plum. You like it? You like it, Tara? Thank you, Julie. Woohoo! Okay, so I kind of want to do it backwards. I know I put the 4 out, but it's going to feel backwards to you guys. I'm going to make a purple. I kind of wish I had some mixing white here. Mixing white allows you to lighten the color without putting white in it, so your mica still shows up. I don't have any mixing white, so I'm going to have to cheat by using very little color and a whole lot of mica. Now I'm going to start with my varnish first. This is my Jo Sonja Varnish, okay? And I think some sparkle blue. No, I really wanted to play with that angel wings, didn't I? Let's do some angel wings in this. And some interference violet. Okay. You're wowing all over the place, Tara. Good for you. Wow, wow, wow. Hope everybody takes advantage of our special, 1 week only, 25% off and free freight. I don't like doing free freight. Freight's constantly changing. It's too volatile, but it makes people happy this time of year. Okay, so this is kind of a heaping 1/8 teaspoon. My little dash for you, Tara, dashing through the snow. And the one for hope and sleigh. However this song goes, laughing all the way. Ha, ha, ha. And here's the same one in a color called Angel Wings. See how it kind of looks antique? It's got kind of this opal effect to that. It's an unusual color, but boy, I love how they behave. I just do. Sorry, I gotta wipe off my spoon here. Gotta keep your instruments clean. It's one thing I've learned, always keep those instruments clean. So then what happens? Let's see what this looks like. We've got some of the angel wings. Oh, I want to bathe in this stuff, guys. Woo! This is our Bling It. Interference Violet Bling It, and it's a small particulate. And then that, wow. What did you just miss? Somebody just said they just missed something. I'm watching. If you post it again, I'll look. Hi, Saskia. So I'm going to point, and I've been painting with just varnish lately. I want so badly just to use this straight and not even put the acrylic medium in it. If anybody saw my cornucopia event, I painted the whole thing with varnish and Permy Elements. The varnish behaved like a, well, I'm having trouble getting this purple open. The varnish behaved like a glaze. And it such, oh my God, that one, that's a pretty heavy drop. Did you see that go in? Whew. This, I'm afraid this is gonna be really strong. Goodbye, all in the interference and sparkle. Whoa, dudes. Ooh. This is that color called Black Plum. Oh my God. Now I really want to bathe in this stuff. Sorta, yeah, I guess it would be similar to, but a really sparkly Snapdragon. My goodness. You know, I don't know about being able to run these together, but I'm really tempted to see what this looks like. Because like I said, I love the look of the varnish, how it glazes over things. I love that. This is going to dry a lot prettier than it's going to look right now. But wow, that one drop is pretty strong. And we can go ahead and make a paint out of it, but my instinct, of course, as soon as I add this milky acrylic, right, it's going to need more color. And I like this the way it is. I think I'm going to use this on something because, like I said, I've been experimenting with the varnish and the color. So I'm going to leave that Black Plum. Yeah, you're right. They'd be really pretty painted on top of one another. I mean, you're seeing me play with it first. It'd be lovely to see how this thing dries. So I'm going to cap off this varnish. That was a fun experiment. I know I'm supposed to be putting them in acrylic, but there are no supposed to be's when it comes to art, right? No supposed to be's. Don't tell me what I'm supposed to be doing, right? No supposed to be. Sorry, I got to put the eye red cap back on or I'll lose track of what I got up here to play with. Okay, next color in my box is Meadow Yellow. And I really want to put golden maple in it. I know this is going to cover some of the yellow, but this yellow is so darn strong, I think I can handle it. We're going to do a varnish mix first, just so I can get excited. Leslie can get excited about how stinking pretty the colors are. Because I get excited every time I see color. It's my jam, man. This is what I do for a living. So a little varnish in the cup. Let's get these out of the way so it doesn't distract everybody, so we have that one thing to look at. Okay, I think I need a little bit more varnish, just a touch more. Okay, we're gonna put some of this golden maple in, but I think I'm gonna put in the yellow in first. I want you to see actually what that pure yellow goes in. We lost a couple people. Bye, everybody who had to leave. Okay, so let's 1 drop of yellow and approximately a teaspoon of the varnish. Wow. Oh, that's really, really bright. Okay, then let's add some of our golden maple. Had a little accident here. There was a golden maple accident. This is what happens in lives, kids. Okay, now let's make it into a paint. I'm going to take one of these cups that already has some of the paint base poured out. It's probably easier to pour this in here. It's more juicy. I just know that this yellow will hold up under this gold. And one thing that a lot of people may not realize, but some of those paints on the market that we know and love, all those gold paints that we use, the ones that hold up so well have color in them. They're not just mica in a bottle. If it's just mica in a bottle, then it settles and you see a whole big, amount of clear glaze on the top of it. But when you're looking at, let's say, DecoArt's 24 karat gold, or a lot of the golden colors, there's color in them. It's not just mica. Because the color, I'm going to do 2 drops. Go kind of crazy because it looks like our golden maple's really trying to dominate this. We need a nice yellow undertone. Okay, that works for me. Should I make it more yellow? Somebody say something. There's 17 of you on there. More yellow, less yellow, or leave it as it is. Okay, maybe they just have me on, but they're not really watching. I'm gonna push it one more. I don't know, one more. Marigold. Does it really look marigold in there? I'm putting in another drop in there just to see what it does. Leave it, Pam. Okay, well, I added 1 drop. I didn't go crazy with too many. And we got our little board here. I think I kind of want it right here where it's going to hit both of these. Looks like that bottom one's already dry. That's kind of crazy how fast this is drying. Oh, it'll get Sandy, the more you add, the more opacity you're adding. But because the color is so clean, you can add a whole lot. Really, you're afraid of yellow except when you use it in gold? Yeah, but yellow's what makes purple pop. It's its direct complement on the color wheel. So yellow is your friend if you like purple. Right, guys? Okay, let's cap this off. Let's do one more color. This thing's getting on to 33 minutes, and I think the magic numbers like to try to stay under 35. As fun as these are to do, don't be surprised if I don't do another one tomorrow. I really am dying to do one of these lives and play with the resin on camera for y'all. So this is not going to be the only time I'm going to do this, but thought I'd highlight the colors. And for those of you who are new, I will show off at the very end the metallics that are being sent out as samples. Well, thank you. Yes, it does. Okay, so do I do pure magenta? Do I do, thank you, Holland. Oh, that's right, put down some papaya. I will, let's put down some papaya before I do the next one. Good on you for saying that. Thank you for keeping me on track. Just kind of lay some paint down since we want to see what it looks like spread out, my little sample thing. Who said do a mixing every day? Say that again, because you popped up and then you went away. Who said do a mixing every day? Well, I'm happy to do a color mixing every day. Yeah, that's pretty good coverage for that my papaya color. And of course, if you go darker, you're going to get, and that's a lot of paint. I just put a bunch of paint on this board. That's kind of crazy, but why not? Let them kind of run together. Right? Okay, so should I do the pure magenta? Should we be doing the sour apple? What color do you want, guys? Or maybe the azure blue? Saskia said it, and she's good. Yeah, Saskia's smart. She's a smart cookie. She's the one that said to do one every day. Yeah, I could come on every morning, do a little, let's do a little mix it video with you guys. As long as I'm not boring anybody. You know, let us use our materials to mix them up. Apple or blue? Okay, well, at least somebody's giving me a vote. Yeah, we already did kind of a pinky thing. I can hold off the magenta till later. So hard to decide. All of them. Well, real quick, let's do that blue. Thank you, Holland. It'll be up afterwards, by the way. This live becomes afterwards. Yeah, this is called Azure. This is the Azure blue. It's a pure phthalo blue with a safety seal I need to remove. Again. Bye, Holland. See you next time. Wow, that's it. Now that's a straight on pure blue. That gets you started with wherever you want to go. You're going to add green to it. You want to add violet to it. You want to, you know. But that's a nice, perfect blue color base to start with. You love the bottles? Thank you, honey. Yeah, they're fun. My pouring medium is 1 part heavy gel medium, 2 parts vivid enamel and or polypore. And it's pretty thick. I mean, it's still very thick, so you can add all the varnish that you need to do your stuff to make your blooms and your swipes. But it's 1 part heavy gel medium, 2 parts vivid enamel and or polypore. Okay, so what am I gonna do with this blue? I feel like I need to dress this blue up a little bit here, kids. And I keep using violet because we know blue and violet is really pretty together. Well, you know what? We only played with the purple just a little bit. Let's do a blue violet. Let's add a drop of black plum. All I know is this diazazine violet's really strong. You have to be careful how much you use. It's really strong, guys. Well, now that's a pretty color. But see how much that purple's going to want to dominate? It's taken completely over. Actually, you know what it's done? Look at that again. Look at it again. I see the purple, but look how it looks like such a much deeper blue, right? That diazazine in that phthalo blue is gorgeous. So that's not a bad combination. That was 1 drop each of the black plum and the phthalo blue, or it's called azure blue, and 1/2 ounce of the paint base. So one more time, I wanted to cover those samples that went out with your $99 orders. Everybody got the Vibrant Aqua when they ordered the set, but the metallics, take a look at this if you haven't seen these before. I know you did, Tara. The metallics are gorgeous. And I'm in the middle of making them, and I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do another group of 10 matte colors. And then I'm gonna make a group of metallics. I am in love with what this coppery Ember Fire Golden Nickel Azul Gold color's done. So basically, they're not as saturated in the bottle. This is that orangey color, but it's got this gorgeous ember fire mica that it's just, it's, I don't know how to explain it because it's orange. I wouldn't exactly call it just a straight old copper, but it's gorgeous. So I know this is going to be one of the colors that's going to come out in the metallic collection. There's 4 so far that I'm sold on. The red is kind of a really pretty deep, rich red. You can see it kind of right there. And it's in a gorgeous red mica. They use that for automotive paint. And then the, I don't know what I'm going to call this. It's a deep gold. It's like an Indian yellow, but there's a mica called red gold I put in here that is just stunning. And dropped over that blue, you can see all the different color variations that happened. And then finally, the 4th color that I know for sure is going to go in there is this blue. And you can see this bottle's been used up so much it's almost gone. But it is hands down one of the prettiest colors. I took a page out of the cerulean blue that we make in the prism pour to make this stuff. So listen, guys, I'm going to try to do it next week. That's a good question. So here's the goal. We're having this big sale this week. I'll be working on 10 more matte and do the metallics, and here's why. The bottles, well, I love the bottles, I love the labels. You heard Saskia say that. There was a problem with the printing over the black, over this holographic. I didn't notice it at all. I mean, it looked perfect to me until I tried to clean these with glass cleaner. Now, you're not going to run home and wash all your bottles with glass cleaner, certainly not. But knowing that the black will rub off with a heavy glass cleaner, the printer went ahead and reprinted different labels. So we have about 2,000 of these bottles. What we're going to do is pump out 10 more matte, try to come out with 10 or 12 of the metallics. So we have some really nice Christmas stuff for everybody. And I'm going to make an announcement right here first time. The first 25 people that use that Color My World code for the 25% off and the free freight. I see 11 people are left on there, so only 11 you are hearing this. I'm going to send you a sample of one of these metallics because we're still sending out some metallic samples to the last people that got them with their $99 orders. And so I will do that for the first 25 people that place an order this week and take advantage of that deal. We'll send you one of these 4 colors in your box. So I want to thank you for joining me. Hope you guys have a beautiful day. Enjoy your families, keep them close. You know, this is such a beautiful, magical time of the year, and I appreciate you taking some time out of your day to visit with me. You have a good day, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys. Don't know how to leave. There's a button here that says leave, right? Thank you, Tara. You're a sweetheart.